Hi everyone, Simon here with a review of Radio Squid. Radio Squid is a retro, monochrome pixel based, rhythm based shooter, but not really, mashed with dodgeball. I think it's probably the best example that I can give as like a tagline. It's on PS4 as you can see on your screens, but also Nintendo Switch and PC. It's made by Pixel Teriyaki, who made the excellent Super Weekend mode, which I'm a big fan of. This game sees you play as the titular Squid, but the Squid has been cursed, and his curse is auto shoot, which doesn't sound too bad until you realise that your bullets bounce off walls and the game is really claustrophobically put together. So, your bullets last about 12 beats in the music that's playing in the background. So you need to be mindful because you're constantly shooting. A, you need to point in one of 4 directions where your bullets are going to go. But B, you need to make sure that you're either pointing it in a direction where it's actually going to hit an enemy and kill it, and most enemies take several shots to kill, or if it's going to be bouncing off walls, you need to get the hell out of where you are because it's going to come back and bite you very quickly. And so what happens with Radio Squid is that you start off thinking, I'm going to hit these enemies, then you realise your bullets are coming back to hit you, so you start to move. And because everything is constantly rebounding, it stops you ever being sedentary in the game, because by definition of the game's rules, you can never be sedentary. And so you're constantly moving, constantly thinking, how do I line all of these things up? And for the first world of the game, enemies are sedentary, and that's great, because that then lets you line up a shot and then get the hell out of there. Where the game comes alive is from World 2 onwards, when the enemies also start moving to the music. And I say moving to the music in a loose sense of the term. They have rhythmic patterns and rhythmic movements. They don't necessarily always move to the music that's playing at the time. And if there is a negative to this game, that would be it. I'd like things to be much more in sync with the music. But again, because now the enemies are moving and still you're auto shooting and auto rebounding all of the shots, you need to think, right, where are they going to be in, say, 3 seconds time? Can I shoot stuff in the gaps and clear out the enemies and still get out of the way and not into the enemy's path? So then that becomes really reflexive. And what I found quite often with Radio Squid, because he only has 2 shots and then he's dead, at least at the beginning. You need to... You almost become reactionary because you start off thinking one plan's going to work, then you start running into another problem that you've caused for yourself. And that was the beauty and the fun of Radio Squid. It's a Ratalaika game, which means that the platinum comes ridiculously early on. But I found myself starting to get into the groove. And because the game comes alive and gets difficult at the point where the platinum actually, like just after where the platinum took place, it's almost like the game then steps into its own at that point. So people that come for the platinum will get their platinum and then they'll go. But the people that actually want to experience a genuinely interesting and good game, please stay beyond the platinum, because there is a good juicy game in there for those of you that want to stick around and play it. There's 24 levels in all. There's some decent chiptunes in there. The bosses I found to actually be some of the easiest parts of the game, which I found a bit of a weird, strange thing there. It's also got a bit of a roguelike element to it as well. Every time you die, you lose 75% of the coins that you collect as you go along. You collect coins by killing enemies and some of the shrubbery that's around in the levels. You can use those coins in some of the shops at the beginning of each world to get some upgrades either to your health or to your damage of your shot. I have to say, very rarely did I ever have any coins where I could use that function because of that 75% drop and deficit of when you die. But the option is there if you are good enough to get it. But yeah, this is one of those games that gets better and more complicated and more into the zone, the more complex it gets. So if you come for the platinum, great, but I urge you to stick with it beyond that, because actually there's a decent game hidden that doesn't get the chance to show its true colours until you've got the platinum and the trophy and all of the achievements to then continue on. So that's Radio Squid. Written review will be over on higherplanegames.com. I hope you pick it up and enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. Higher Plane Games is part of the Higher Plane Network, a collection of media projects ran by me. If you like what you see and want to find out more, visit patreon.com/Higher Plane Network. Your support can make so much more possible, be that a like, a comment, a share, or a pledge. Thanks for watching.